I'm holding in the palm of my hand a fully plug-and-play emulation station with over 50,000 retro games, from Game Gear to PSP, and from Atari all the way up to Nintendo 3DS. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into everything this mini PC offers, trying out some games, seeing how well they run, and deciding if it's really worth the money. And if you want to check it out for yourself, there's a link to the product down in the description. Alright, so this box right here has everything we need to get up and running. Of course, you got the mini PC itself, manual, an HDMI cord, which you'll love to see, and the AC power brick. The side has a VGA port, which is good to know. Looks like we got two HDMI, so double monitor support is definitely here, which is awesome. We got a LAN port for fast Wi-Fi, the microphone headphone jack, which is great, one USB port, and this side we got three more USB ports, two are USB 3.0s and one's a USB 2.0, and then the power button. So this is a really compact form factor. I do like this quite a bit. It also comes with two wireless, not PS2 controllers, so multiplayer is a go. Don't know why this is rattling. I hope that's not the internal parts of this thing. Alright, so it looks like it takes batteries. Let's see, a little pack back here. Oh, well, that explains the shaking, at least. That's not a really secure spot to store the dongle, but is what it is. Looks like this here takes two AAA batteries. Not ideal. I'd much rather it take AA's. Alright, so these controllers are actually really not that bad at all. It's obviously inspired by the PS2 controller, so the design is ergonomic and fairly comfortable to hold. The buttons feel a lot clickier than the old ones because, I mean, these have 20 years of wear and tear, but the triggers feel super clicky and responsive. These kind of feel more mushy. The sticks are the one area where these controllers have it beat because these do feel a little bit cheaper. It's no PS2 controller, but I could really get used to this. I'm kind of excited to play with these. Let's check it out. Alright, looks like it boots right into Batocera, but I did see that you can also run Windows 11 on this, which I will check out later, but for right now I want to see the games because that's the reason you'd buy this. Alright, so we got some chill menu music here. Looks like some characters I don't know. Yeah, so the wireless controller connects immediately. Not feeling any delay right now, which is a really promising sign. So as you can see, we got the Nintendo Wii, the DS, GameCube, Game Boy Advance. I really want to try out the DS stuff because I have no way to do touchscreen, so I don't know how well that's going to work. Doom games, that's a separate category. SG-1000, Master System, Genesis, Game Gear, CD, Sega Saturn, 32X. The Dreamcast, so you know Sonic Adventure, Naomi, Neo Geo Pocket, PlayStation, PS2, PSP. PSP I'm really hyped for as well. I grew up with one of those, and I'm really excited to see the selection. PS3, which I don't think there's many games for. All games, favorites. Original Xbox, that's big. TurboGrafx 16, Super Graphics, Game & Watch, NES, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and then the rest of the Nintendo stuff. Yeah, so decent selection of systems. I don't think I saw 3DS. That's DS. Do you think they grouped them? Because I was most excited to see 3DS because that is like the newest generation on here. Quick search. Okay, Mario Kart 7. It's under all games, so there's no category for 3DS stuff. Just kind of annoying, but I do want to try 3DS first because that's what I'm the most hyped to see. I'll try a different game besides Mario Kart 7, but I do want to see what's going on here. Come on. I don't know if it crashed or what's going on. Crashed again? Okay. That's not a good start. Okay, so it says hold B for game options, but holding A is game options. So they have the buttons backwards on this little navigation system, which is a really easy thing to get right. Should I try 1080p or is that what's causing it? I'm gonna try 480 at 60 hertz. Okay, so that should allow it to run at a lower res. Maybe it was trying to boot at 4K. It backed out again, what the f***? It looks like it's booting and then it just backs out. And now I'm not getting signal. Okay, Mario 3D Land? Maybe just Mario Kart didn't work. That could be it. Okay, Mario 3D Land's on here, so I'm gonna launch it. Let's see what happens. You need something on 3DS to work. Come on. Come on, no Mario 3D Land or Mario Kart 7? Okay, I don't even know what to search anymore. What's another 3DS game? Let's try Pokemon X. It's on here. Why would they load up ROMs and emulators that don't work? I don't know what the problem is. Maybe if I put video mode on 480p, okay? Just run minimal settings. Everything's off. It starts and crashes. So 3DS does not work on here. That is confirmed. I'm confirming that. So there's no section for 3DS. It markets that there is, but you can still find the games if you search them out in all games, but they don't work, even on the lowest settings. I want to see if the Wii stuff works, because this is another big reason to get this thing is for Wii and 3DS stuff. So it looks like the Wii library is kind of limited. Yeah, it's all on this first screen, actually. But you got most of the staples. You got both Mario Galaxies, Smash Brothers Brawl, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, the Mario parties that people don't like. I'm gonna try Smash Brawl, because it's been a minute. I'm getting worried it's gonna back me out now. Okay, it's 4x3. I wonder how they map the buttons by default, because I didn't set anything up. I want to review this as a plug-and-play console, because that is kind of the best selling point of it, because if not, then why not just go buy a better computer and download the ROMs yourself? Okay, up and down are moving to yes and no. I see what it's doing. Okay, so if you hold the controller sideways, you flip it left, the arrows work correctly, because this is designed for the sideways Wii remote, which uses the D-pad inputs on the side, obviously. So I'm gonna have to configure that. So right out of the box, this does not have a good setup to play anything. Is it advanced game options for your controller settings? That's pretty standard stuff. You can go 16:9 video mode, 1080p maximum, classic controller. Alright, so you might have to set the controller settings for every Wii game, which I guess is fine for this because some Wii games need the pointer, you want something different for that. So I guess it's not terrible for the small selection of Wii games there are. And I'm still seeing that it's not 16:9 yet, so that's gonna be annoying. We're gonna play as Mario, and we're gonna go, this is kind of choppy. Level 9 CPU, let's see what we can do on this mini PC video game console, but not really. Okay, it's very choppy. I did not taunt! Oh my gosh, the buttons are too close. This is the curse of Sakurai. You cannot play Smash Bros. With a PlayStation-esque controller. Very noticeable lag. The controller's not super laggy, but the game keeps jittering. Controller is actually pretty responsive for a wireless, cheap controller. Like, this is certainly not terrible. It could have been 1,000 times worse. Can you just walk up to me and I kill you, please? I would not want to play Smash Bros. On this. So the Wii games run, they're not lying, but it's not running as smooth as it should, especially for the Wii. This is like a GameCube equivalent, so it kind of has me worried for the PS2 even. I'll try one more game just to see if that's the problem with it. Galaxy's going to be terrible with the controls, I already know, so I don't want to pick that. But I guess that kind of brings to light another big issue with this. If you're going to use these included controllers, you're not going to have a very good time. Now, this is a computer, so you can find a way to wire in your own Wii remotes or third-party ones that use USB, if that even exists, I don't know. But using the default ones, these are clearly intended to be used on the 6th console generation, and the Wii is really not suited well for this. Let's go Mario Strikers Charged Football. Oh wait, I forgot to set the control. Yeah, so start select is how you back out of a game. So it's nice to have a quick way to exit, I will give it that. But again, I made it 16:9 and the border is still there, and it looks really bad too. Why is the Wii system brown and like split in half? I think this is a game you can play with the classic controller though. Nunchuck is attached to the Wii remote. So since that game only registers Wiimote and Nunchuck as able to continue, you have to change the controller type to a Wiimote and Nunchuck. Oh, so it's forcing widescreen, but there's still a border on it. Okay, so the right stick is the pointer, which makes sense. It makes sense. This is okay. Skill level, I would be cocky and put it all the way up, but I know I'm ass at this game, so professional, 2. 1 game series. Let's do first to 5 goals. Are you serious? So look at this. The cursor can go past the borders that shouldn't be there because I turned them off. But to hit done, you can't because look, you can't put the cursor that far down for some reason. That's exquisite. We can't even start the game because the done button's at the bottom. That's great. This is bad. I'm gonna try one more game. What the f? So let me get this straight. I put it on 16:9, it puts the borders. If I don't, it goes full widescreen 16:9. Oh my gosh, this makes no sense. Oh my gosh, that's stretching them so bad. Even on the lowest graphic settings, these games don't... I mean, they didn't look good to begin with, but they don't look terrible. This is bad. Am I seeing double? Yeah, I don't know what that little, like... that layer of, like, fog that has texture is. I genuinely have no idea. That's trippy, though. Okay, the controller doesn't have motion. I'm shaking it like a madman off these ramps. Not doing anything. Oh my god, my eyes are hurting really bad. I'm gonna have like no depth perception for weeks. I got a sizable lead, holy shit, okay. I got first place somehow. I mean, I'll take that. Controlling that one, the buttons were laid out terribly, but the lag didn't really interfere at all, and if you got used to it like that, there's really not very much latency, and it's playable. I will say Mario Kart Wii is playable on here, with minimal settings. I'm gonna test my hypothesis. We're gonna see if turning off the force widescreen that says may cause glitches. I'm gonna see if that changes the fact that everything is like double. Widescreen hack, glitchy off. Okay. Let's go Delphina Square. And I know I'm using two separate independent variables because I'm using a separate stage and changing the little force widescreen, so it may not be a conclusive result. That lag is bothering me. Wait, so you turn off the widescreen glitch, the aspect ratio goes back to normal. It's still fully widescreen, nothing stretched out. This entire thing is just an oxymoron. Anything you want to do the opposite in settings and it will work. I have a golden mushroom in second and I didn't use it for the shortcut there. I'm gonna try this one. I never do. You can tell very clearly right straight away. There we go. That was kind of cool. Yeah, subscribe for that. That was cool. The button keeps giving out on me, the gas. I don't know if it's because the batteries are low. I did grab fresh ones from my box. I'm not gonna finish this race. These bots are actually easy when I'm playing pretty well. So yeah, you get the point here. I want to see the PS3 stuff, because I think there's only a couple games on it, but I do want to test those out. So, PS3, bingo. Yeah, that's super misleading to show Nathan Drake from Uncharted 2 swinging across the screen. You're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be awesome. You click PS3 and you only have Rayman Origins. We'll see if this boots, because if 3DS doesn't... Plug and play my ass. I have to wait for this install? Are you f***ing kidding me?
Many minutes later.
If this adds another thing it needs to download, I'm backing out. This isn't worth testing. Oh, it's crashed. Oh, it crashed the entire thing. Alright. Okay, it's loading everything I just downloaded. Oh my gosh. It's running. And it crashed again. Okay, so the PlayStation 3 library is one game, and that one game will crash or open and then crash, but not before making you wait for a bunch of downloads. So it can market itself as having PS3 games when it has one that doesn't work. On to PlayStation Portable then. Trying to think, most nostalgic game for me on this system is probably Daxter, Secret Agent Clank, which I know is terrible. I'm gonna try Sonic Rivals because I've never actually played it. I did really want it when I was a kid, but it was a little out of my price range of, you know, $5 to $10. That's why I had so many licensed games. Speed, Soul Calibur, Sonic Rivals. Only the second Sonic Rivals. We'll just start a story as Sonic and just cut through all the cutscenes.
How's it going? I heard you had something important to tell me.
Oh, it's Jason Griffith. This dude's a beast. I interviewed him on the channel a couple weeks back, so if you haven't seen it, click the card. I just don't care about the story. We're just gonna go through it. I haven't really seen much gameplay of it either, so I don't know... Can you boost in it? Okay, what are the buttons? This game is poo. I would probably not be the Sonic fan I am today if I grew up with this. What the f*** is happening? Am I underwater? He's on perk or something. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. This feels so clunky. I'm so glad I didn't have this game growing up. This is not a good Sonic game. And it's not because I'm losing. This is genuinely bad. It runs, so the PSP library's legit, which is cool. So it's a decent sized library. They don't have every game, obviously, but yeah, Daxter. Okay. PSP library solid. I'll still try the regular DS because, I mean, why not at this point? This selection of games is really good. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. Like, look at how long it's taking to scroll. Like, it's impressive. Let's just try New Super Mario Brothers. It's in Japanese. Alright, so it's cropped terribly with the stupid DS border, but it seems to be running everything smoothly so far. Can't use the stick, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Okay, so R2 closes the DS. You hear the little bye-bye, and then this happens. And then it comes back. That's so stupid. So there's a very, very slight delay that is noticeable. It's kind of noticeable. It's not that bad in menus and stuff, but when you go into a game where you need to, like, jump precisely, like, I'm jumping a half second early, it feels like. I don't miss landing on Goombas like that. I'm a beast at Mario. I do this for a living, man. I'm not this bad. But yeah, expansive DS library, as long as the title isn't too touchscreen demanding. I mean, a lot of them are. Like, you're not gonna be playing Brain Age on this thing. Good luck tilting your DS to the side. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I'm just embarrassing myself more and more. Let's try a more touchscreen heavy game, just to see how the touchscreen works. I know you can draw the icon for your cart, so we'll give that a go. Emblem, yeah. How do I select it? What? The left trigger, L2, is the touch button, and the right stick is the movie button. I mean, it works, but don't play a touchscreen game. That's pretty bad. Okay, so they don't have Sonic Adventure 2. They got SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. For third-party games, I would probably just play them on the PS2 because the buttons would be right. Let's try something on GameCube that's not on other systems. I don't like that the games are just the text, and then when you hover over them, it shows the preview. I'd rather it just have covers for everything. There might be an option to change that. Yeah, this GameCube collection is not impressive. I have a better GameCube collection, like, on hand. I will make sure there's Mario Sunshine, though. That's important to me. Wait a second. It goes Madden to Marvel. Madden to Marvel. Mario. It skips Mario. Mario Baseball, Mario Party. None of those are on here? Are you serious? Okay, it has Super Smash Brothers, and it has Mario Galaxy, but not Mario Sunshine. I will try a GameCube game. I'm going to try Smash Melee just to see if it plays better than Brawl, because I know the Wii hardware is kind of similar to the GameCube hardware, but I assume Melee will run a little bit better. I didn't touch any settings because the controller should be mapped okay. I don't want to jinx it. Okay, we're going to be Mario again. The stick has a lot of extra slide. It's not very precise, which I don't like. Okay, this feels a lot more responsive. There's no lag in this, which is a really good thing. Isn't that my bomb? Yeah, eat shit, buddy. Oh. Oh. Oh, he only got a -1. That was a self-destruct. Crap. I gotta be careful. I'm not up 1. It wouldn't go to sudden death. See ya, bud. This stage is terrible. The computer doesn't know how to play it. I kind of almost feel bad for him. There's a bomb. Definitely doesn't feel like a GameCube controller enough to play this in any competitive manner, but to play with some friends very casually who aren't over-competitive, sweaty Smash Brothers players, this is probably doable. I mean, you have a built-in excuse for losing every game, which is good. Son of a... Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, no, I forgot the stage. That should have killed as well. It's sudden death, isn't it? You son of a... I thought that was a guaranteed nope. Haha. Eat shit, buddy. Sorry. So Melee is playable. The GameCube stuff, I assume, as a whole, runs pretty well, but no Mario sports games? No Mario Sunshine? I mean, what the f***? How do you mess that up? This is probably designed for PS2 emulation, obviously with the controller, but also the extent of the hardware. This can probably run it pretty smoothly. As I'm saying that, I scrolled down a couple clicks and we're already on G, so that's not good. I guess there's not really a massive library on here. No SpongeBob's. So I guess what they do is just put one of the third-party games on one of the consoles, and you have to just guess, or go to all games and search it and just play on whatever console, which makes sense. I guess it makes the most of the space, but I don't know. If I was playing a third-party game with this controller, I'd want it to be the PS2 version, so the buttons made some semblance of sense, but hey, I didn't make this thing, so, you know, it is what it is. I guess we'll try The Simpsons skateboarding, because I've never played it. There's no cover art for it, so is it even here? The boot up. Okay, that's pretty clean. This studio's not around anymore. That cutscene is abysmal. Oh my gosh. These characters are cursed. They look so bad. Skills School. This game is so rad. Perform 2 each of the following. Perform 2 of each of the following?
No! You don't have a future.
Skinner, you don't have a future. That's crazy. Yeah, this runs just fine. I want to try out a game that actually plays good. Only Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Not even San Andreas. How do you f*** that up? It's so easy. That's the one everyone likes, right? Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. How do you drive? How do you drive? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. I want this guy's car. I think all the cars are terrible. X's drive. That's crazy. That's not good. Yeah, look at this. We got Vice City running on a mini PC before GTA 6. Let's go. Am I gonna get age restricted for this? I swear. I mean, it's running good. With this controller, it feels just like it should. This is what this thing was designed for. This is playable. This is a good time. I want to see, one, that they have Sonic Adventure 2, and two, see how playable it is on here, because that game's very important to me. Decent-sized Dreamcast collection. Let's see. Samba de Amigo. You don't have maracas, so I wouldn't touch it. Little bit redeeming. We have Sonic Adventure 2 in the Dreamcast stuff. Somehow it only has 4 stars. I don't understand that, but I mean, I gotta take every opportunity I can to play City Escape. So I have played this game on the Dreamcast and GameCube, so I know thoroughly what this should be. Are the buttons mapped correctly at least? A? Oh my gosh. The stick is not ideal. I just got the 1,000 points, so let's go. Yeah, so B is break. That's not lying up top. And A is jump. I think this is all mapped exactly how it should be. The stick does not feel good for this, though. For the snowboarding. We'll see when an actual level portion starts. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, the stick is so rancid. I can't even hit the railing. Why did I not notice it in like Mario Kart, but this just feels abysmal? Maybe because the Dreamcast stick is drastically different? I can't even stay straight. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. This is putting a bad taste in my mouth for one of my favorite games ever. I do want to try the original Xbox. Why? Why do you have to bait me? Why would you put original Xbox on here for just Jet Set Radio, which is a good game, don't get me wrong, but why just one game? Where's Halo? I'm trying to think of Xbox original exclusives, and I just cannot think of any, because I never really had an Xbox, but still, that's really, really disappointing. That sucks. This thing's just misleading. Alright, and then just for shits and giggles, basically, we'll try Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis just to see how responsive this controller really is in a game where you need to be responsive. Super Mario World on the Genesis. Never thought I'd see the day. Sonic Spinball, Sonic Jam, Sonic Compilation, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic the Hedgehog... Sonic and Knuckles, okay. It has us covered on the Sonic the Hedgehog front, which is good, but with this I feel like I have to specify because some things that should be locks aren't. Play with the D-pad or the control stick, I like that. For games like this, you could run this on a potato at this point, so buying a $400 gaming PC for these older games, I wouldn't even say is worth it. If you're really against downloading these emulators for yourself, I would just go buy one of their cheaper retro game hard drives, which have thousands of these games loaded onto them, and they probably have a better selection than this, and pretty much any computer will run up to Nintendo 64, so just something to keep in mind. So to access Windows 11, you can't actually do it from these controllers. You need to have your own external keyboard, and then just restart the PC, hold F7 as it's launching, and it should bring you to a boot device screen. All you do is navigate to the Windows Boot Manager. It goes through like an hour of updates and installations, which is kind of annoying. There we go. That's a regular looking Windows boot up. Alright, so here we are on the home screen. It's looking pretty smooth. Let's open up a Microsoft Edge tab. So yeah, as you can see, we've got a bunch of different tabs running. We got the Moto XM3, we got the Sonic Boom Season 1 running in the background, of course, some quality Sonic background music, full-on 3D modeling software, we got quality YouTube content in the background, and then some good old-fashioned Google searches. So from light to moderate web browsing, this should work just fine for you. I'm not really going to download much of anything on here because I actually do want to check on that. I want to see how much storage is on here because I know most of it is ROMs. Oh, okay, we got 90 gigs still, so this, I guess there's a hard drive built into it with all the games. As you can see, we got 1.81 terabytes with only 3 gigs left, so that's packed full of ROMs. We still have 4 gigs in the Batocera, and then 90 gigs for Windows. That's really a decent amount to play around with, okay. So there's definitely room to download some different applications. Of course, downloading Chrome instead of Microsoft Edge because this is a terrible web browser. So yeah, this is a pretty functional Windows 11 device. There definitely is some value here if you want to have a PC set up on your TV, but the ROM and emulation side of it, which is what most people would be buying it for, is really not all that worth it. I would have a hard time recommending this to somebody. It's expensive for what it is. I would honestly just go get an Xbox Series X and jailbreak it and add all the ROMs yourself if you're really hell-bent on getting a console to play retro games on your TV. Now, if it was like $200, like now you're looking at substantially cheaper than a modern console, but at the current price point, I mean, it's really expensive, and it is cool. It is a PC as well, so when you factor that in, it could be valuable if you're on the market for PC, but again, it doesn't have all the advantages that a laptop or something portable would, but it doesn't have all the advantages of a console or a dedicated PC either. This is a jack of all trades, master of none type of situation. I don't see the value here. Again, like I said, the link is in the description if you want to check it out more in depth for yourself. And if you have any questions or concerns, comments, anything, let me know down below because I am kind of curious if there's other products like this and if you've tried those and if they work better. But regardless, thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end, and as always, I will see you in the next video.